This little preview of I'm drilling a starter in an old pony. Set up. Sucker's kicking my butt. Let me get it set up here. Put some oil on it. I'm sure that'll help it. I think that's that squeal in there. Get some off the dipstick. Trying to wipe that off because that'll have some metal particulate all in it. You can't go wrong with a good wet dipstick. Oh, we're through. Yay. Look at that. And a thick piece of metal. Check us out. Should have got the earplugs earlier. I'm sure it was the PB Blaster. It's a lot thicker than I thought it was going to be. Alright, now you use the end of the starter with this nifty bushing as a guide, and you stick her up in there like so. Oh yeah. You got to go like this. Somehow. And then you adjust it using that spindle thing. Anyway, I'll get to that. This is the template. Okay. Lined up exact. Then you center punch that hole, and that gives you this. Pretty hard to screw that up. And now we come in and drill or tap our starter holes. We're real close on the gear. I think we should be okay. You want to be as close as you can be to get as much engagement as possible. But these are some really big teeth, and it's not but about an 1/8 inch out completely, so it should be okay. We're gonna get this drilled and tapped, and then screw one in, and then do our others. Trying to get this dang tap working good. The cows have came to say hello. Some little ones in here. Little buddy. Every time I beat on this wrench, they start yelling at me. I beat on this socket. Look at them, little suckers. All right, I got that socket, 11/32. If you didn't know, and you beat that sucker on to a tap. Then it held good enough to tap back and forth through a big block of cast. So that'll at least get us started to get the other 3 holes in case I break it, because I'm sure I will. because you're not supposed to do it like this, but Milwaukee's pretty good. So now we got to get this cap here again. See, there's the starter. See, this cap back screwed up. I need to put this back on here. This is your adjustment thing, or your gear gauge. Slide that deal all in there. Schwellnish. Pop this right there. Get us a bolt. Since I know that hole's not very deep, I'm looking for my washer. Oh, I found it. We need this anyway. Alright, let me get this threaded in there. Alright, I got that bolt down in there now. We take this tool, and this guy fits. Dang camera. That fits right there, and you can take your other drill bit, which is this one right here, and do your other 2 holes, and then go back through with your tapping, so on, and then you got your bolts drilled. Then you just put the nose back on the starter and bolt it in, and you're essentially done. So here we go. All right, this is a better view. Let's see how long it'll last. Okay, the bottom down. Oh, don't want to lose that, do you, Hickey? Better be careful. You're spinning our drill bit just a little bit so we can get on through there. Obviously, you don't really have to put this in there now because we can be straight. We're definitely straight. Got a baby on the way. I'll just be safe. Okay. Now, we started binding up with this, probably from all the old material in there. No problem at all. We got enough of a hole to go ourselves. Okay, we just went through. It's good. Now we do the bottom one. Same thing. The bottom one you can't see. I can't get the camera there. So I'm just gonna get her down. Alright, we got those drilled now. I'm gonna pull the nose back off. And drill those bigger to our tap size. I didn't do that on the other one. I was away from the vehicle. Alright, just trying to get this in there. Alright, I'm going to try to get that whole tap now. That worked out good. In the bottom one. But you know. Alright, now we're going to put it all back in. Snug it down. Get all these bolts in good. I had to trim this one a little bit because it was a bit too long. So now I'm getting all this ready for final assembly. Alright, so I got these 3 bolts in good. I just slid the starter up in here. I got to take this plate back off and put the Allens to hold the starter to the plate. Actually going to go ahead and put just a little paint mark on it just to kind of clarify where to bolt it up so it's not upside down or anything. But that is a electric start conversion on an old D6. I outsmarted them. Had to go all the way down to that gate. They followed me, come back. Whew. Stupid cows. Alright, we got the nose cone back on the starter. Gonna slide it back in and bolt it back in. Alright. All the bolts, they're in and tight. Starter's in place, looks good. Now I just put some spark to it, and in theory, if this $5,000 deal turns out, that little doohickey right there will turn this engine instead of this doohickey right here, because this sucker is about to blow up. So I'll get these batteries done up. Alright, a little update. Starter ground, super simple, just shot it in the block, cleaned off that piece of block right there because we got a good, obviously we're grounded. Battery ground goes to here. I didn't have a cable long enough to reach from there to there, so it just whatever. This cable is positive, just shoots right in. Our S terminal wire, or start wire for our case, until I get a button. May not ever get a button, who knows. Just gonna right there, because this is how it usually functions anyway, because you're usually here to fire it. So nothing will change. You'll just be able to touch your wire to it. And in our case, we can now ether it because our pony is not suffocating our engine with smoke because the pony is coming apart. So get these batteries jumble-eyed and we'll see how that goes. All right, we got this battery hooked up. We got our starter wire here. Let's see if she starts. Hopefully we don't hear a bunch of clanking and ganging because of that depth of that gear gauge. I think we should have plenty of engagement though, but this is going to be the moment of truth, whether we just did good or we got a $5,000 screw up. Here we go. Thank God. All right, that's only on 12 volts. We need 24. These batteries are not super hot, but we did just turn the engine over with an electric start that we just drilled out with some simple, cheap tools out of a little ham sandwich Ford Transit. We got her made, boys. Not a problem at all. We'll give you an update here in a little bit when we do a better job of batteries. I'd like to go with the stud tops. I can get them for 110 up there to place brand new Volvo batteries. 1,000 cranking amp, just big truck batteries. So probably gonna go with that route, and then I'll replace all these with eyelets and do it like a big truck, do it right. But regardless, the main job is done. So good job.